Hello there. How are you doing? I'm Finn.
You're new to this season.
I am. Yeah.
How do you get the role?
Well, it's an interesting. I don't know if you know. A lot of people do know by now that I'm Joe's younger brother.
Yeah,
Joe. Yeah. Do you think we look alike? We never get that. No. Yeah. In fact, people say those two look more alike than actually me and Joe, which is quite weird. But anyway, yeah. So he got the scripts through. Said there's a for the sex series. He said there's a fantastic character, a young character my age, and obviously I'm into my acting anyway. So we taped a video of me doing it in my front room. Me and him and my younger brother filmed it, and we sent that off to his agent, who then sent it off to the casting directors, and then before I knew it, I was in the room with the director and the producer, and we all got along a storm. And it was a really fun experience, and it was really nice, really easy going, and that was it, you know, for an on set.
What's the character you play?
I play a character called Michael. Can't give too much away, but there's Michael he's had a very different upbringing to the rest of the Peaky Blinders, and you could say he doesn't fit in necessarily in the first place. But he's going to have a massive impact on the future of the gang, and it's very exciting to see where he comes into the storyline.
How was working with Killian?
Working with Killian's great. He's the most down-to-earth guy. He's the nicest guy. Yeah, and it's just been fantastic. You know, really easygoing, and he's helped me a lot. Makes it very comfortable for me. Sort of first day nerves are out the window as soon as he starts talking, because he makes everything so nice, and he's really easygoing guy. So no, it's been great.
Are you a local lad?
I'm not a local lad. No. I'm a Londoner.
Birmingham? What do you think about it as a city?
I love Birmingham. I love the people. Everyone's so polite. I was surprised at such a turnout. I didn't think, we were saying in the car, we're going to come up here and there's going to be no one here. That's what we're worried about. No, it's great. People are so nice, and yeah, I love it. We didn't actually do any filming in Birmingham, sadly, because well, I don't know why, but I love it. It's great. Everyone's lovely. I'd like to come here again. Thank you very much.
Hello mate, you alright? Joe, how you doing?
How's your character evolved from first season to this season?
I think John's grown up a lot. You know, in the first season he's definitely the victim of his brother's ambition, and sometimes you sort of see how that affects him. And I think this second series he's grown up, and he's becoming a man, and he's making his own decisions, and has his own ideas about how things should work a little bit.
It's weird, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's more people involved, because we're trying to take on new gangsters and new areas, and we're moving out of Birmingham. So the core family is obviously still the people who are running the show. You know, myself, Paul Anderson, and Cillian Murphy, the three brothers predominantly. But then you see other people we're bringing in, because we need reinforcements, and we're building this empire. So you get to see some exciting new people.
How is that having Tom Hardy on set?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a real talent, and he comes with a lot of ideas and a lot of energy. And I think people are going to be very, you know, typically with Mr. Hardy, people are going to be very excited about what he's going to produce, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you.
Very good.
Cold.
Yes. Can you tell?
Try not to keep
do like this.
So, how does it feel coming back to the show?
I think it's fantastic to come back to a show. You're much more comfortable with the actors because you worked with them for one season already. You understand your character a bit more, and also I think it's a wonderful privilege, because then you see how the writers responded to what you've actually done in the first series. And interestingly, we both had the same responses. I really wanted to dirty Polly and bash her up this season. I watched series one, I really enjoyed it, but I really wanted to find a far grittier, harsher, harder element to her, and I think we found that in series 2. And also I've been given the scope this time to really explore Aunt Polly a lot more than I did in series 1, which is great that Steve Knight's given me that opportunity, so I really enjoyed coming back.
So where is
So we find the family 2 years later far more established and wealthy, and from there they decide to expand down to London. And so chaos breaks. The hounds are unleashed. Yeah.
And how is it having Tom Hardy on set?
I have no idea. I never met him. I don't do any scenes with him. I mean, I know him socially. He's a lovely, gentle gentleman. He's a very sweet man and a nice soul, but I have no idea what he's like to work with.
Oh, shame. What are you working
Not
on?
really. I get to work with Killian. I mean,
Well, yes, that is true. Got a very good cast. And what are you doing next?
I'm doing next. I'm flying out tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. to do Penny Dreadfuls for Showtime.
Yes.
John Logan writing with
Fantastic
Timothy
show.
Dalton and Eve Green, and yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Okay. I'll let you go before you
I'm
freeze
going to
to death.
wear a big thermal dress next year.
I'm just very pleased that Birmingham people are so forgiving of the accent.
Cool. I hope not. Hello.
So, have you got a new love interest this season? Seen as
Oh yes, I'm not really allowed to reveal that, but as the series develops, it will all be revealed. Cool.
Yeah. Kind of stepping out of the past to here and bringing the kind of premiere of Peaky Blinders to Birmingham. What does it kind of mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me because, you know, we made this show for Birmingham and it's about Birmingham, and obviously now it's going all over the world. But you've got to be authentic and real, and I'm very proud that the people have taken the show to their hearts, and I'm very proud to be working with Steve Knight, and so yeah, it means a lot. You know, you got to do things right. You got to, put in the work. So it's great that people are here from Birmingham enjoying it.
That's great. Thank
Cool.
you very much.
Great.
Last one out.
Thank you. Hi,
Hi, I'm Dave from
Dave. I'm Charlotte. Nice to meet you.
So you're a new character this second season, right?
Yes.
Yes. So who are you playing?
I'm playing a character called May Carlton, who is of aristocratic blood. Yes. Bit of posh totty. No, it's just so funny being northern and getting cast as what we call posh. And she meets Thomas Shelby at a horse fair because they're expanding their business, and they meet and become incredibly intrigued by each other from the first glance, and then it proceeds from there, shall we say.
You might be the aforementioned love interest. Okay. So, how does it feel to be joining such a well-received series?
It's fantastic. Just so glad they'd have me. No, I watched the first series back to back. I mean, it was just like chocolate for my brain. It was amazing. Just didn't want it to end really, and having watched that and just been so inspired by it because it was so different and fresh and new. Obviously, there was the opportunity to audition for the second series, and I just jumped at the chance. So.
Cool. And what are you doing next?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say what I'm doing next. Actually, this week I'm doing a short film with Brian Cox called Killing Time, which will be great fun. And then I'm going to America to do a film, but I'm not entirely sure whether I'm allowed to say what that is yet.
Okay.
But I'm keeping out of trouble. Put it that way.
Nice to
Thank you.
This is